Hey everyone, so today I'm doing another video painting, but I decided to change locations because my room just isn't big enough to try to fit everything into frame, and I even struggled with it in this space, so you know, we're just working with it. I am currently in a bigger space, so there might be an echo, I'm really sorry, but we're just gonna do some painting. And we're gonna add a Q&A portion to this video. So let me answer some of your guys' questions. I did pick all these questions from Instagram, so if you're not following me there, then definitely do that so that you know when I ask if you have questions or not to be featured in a video. I already did like an outline of everything that I wanted on this plate. So this platter is for my grandma. I'm making it for Mother's Day. She loves flowers, and I thought I would get everybody in my family to write their names on like the rim. So yeah, it's gonna be a cool little project. And anyways, let's get started. I will give links to all of the photos that I used from Pinterest and just kind of used as a reference. So if you're interested on the style of the flowers that I chose. First question asks, what do you do for self-care? Where did your passion for body positivity and feminism come from? I hope you have a lovely day. I hope you have a lovely day too. Thanks for asking a question. Self-care, I would say I'm the happiest when I'm outside and just kind of relaxing. So I try to go to the park near my house as much as I can and just take that time to reflect on whatever's been going on in my life. And I read, I write in my journal, kind of be in my own space, but also be surrounded by other people having fun, and that inspires me. I just try to be like in that moment when I'm outside and just being in the park and not really worry about everything else, just be in that moment. And that's really difficult for me because I'm always worrying about other stuff and always thinking that I'm unproductive if I'm not doing something. My passion for body positivity just came from the fact that no one else around me really felt that way, and I wanted to change that. I wanted to be a voice to younger people, to kind of show that you can be comfortable in your skin. And I felt like that wasn't being represented, and I wanted to be that voice. And I think like every woman should be a feminist, but you know, some people aren't. The next question asked, do I ever get caught up in all of the hate comments? And I think it depends on where I am in a mental state, but most of the time I try not to. I do block a lot of people, just to put that out there, which is kind of controversial. A lot of people don't really believe in that kind of censorship, but I don't think that hate should be spread. So if I can cut off the hate right away, I think that's the best way to go about it. And also, you know, if you don't like me or you don't like what I do, don't follow, don't watch, don't be involved. I think I have like the right to kind of get rid of all of the hate, but do I think that means that it affects me? To an extent, I do think that it affects me, but it doesn't get me down. It affects me in the way that I feel sorry for them. I feel that they have something probably really horrible in their life and they're projecting it onto me. But I don't think that it makes me hate myself like I used to when I was younger. When people would tear me down in school and kind of like bully me, I took it really to heart. But by this point, I feel like I've gained such a thick skin. Nothing they could say could ever really affect who I am or how I feel about myself, because I've heard it all before. And you know, the people that spread that hate, they're strangers. They don't know who I am, and I can't let a stranger affect how I feel. This question is very long, but basically what she was saying is that she is going down a journey of self-love, which is amazing, and what she's asking is, how do you manage to separate treating your body better from expecting it to look a certain way? Kind of touches on the fact that she analyzes her body because she's starting to work out more and be more healthy, but she thinks that that is kind of unhealthy in a way, to be studying her body so closely. I went through a very similar time in my life about 2 years ago where I was working out a ton but also trying to be very happy with who I was mentally and physically. And I think the reason why it is so hard to do that at the same time is because society and the way that they present health and fitness. And really they should be two separate things in my mind, because mental health is very different when you're plus size. You face a lot more obstacles with that. Times for fitness, it's just a before and after shot of the person and how many pounds they lost, how they, you know, all of their measurements and stuff like that. So you're kind of pushed into like this fast, easy way of getting fit, and you should see all these drastic changes once you start working out. But really, you shouldn't see that many drastic changes when you're working out. It should be a gradual thing over time, and that really isn't emphasized. You're plus size and then you also try to be fit, you are feeling this pressure from society to analyze your body and be healthy right away and be skinny right away, and that's just not fair. So just being aware of it and, you know, taking it one day at a time with your fitness journey, I think will really help you. And don't focus on the measurements, don't focus on the pounds or going on the scale every day. Just be you and not worry about it. Just, I would say I try to think about how many times I work out in a week, not how many pounds I've lost in a week. Does that make sense? If you take that different mental approach to it, I think you'll feel a lot better about your fitness journey. And it might stop you from feeling frustrated that you're not losing a ton of weight so quickly. The next question asks, do you ever think about what your life would be like if you were skinny? And for a long time, I used to do that. I thought that if I was skinny, my life would be perfect. But the thing is, it doesn't matter. I am not somebody that has regrets about my life. I think that if I was skinny, I wouldn't be any happier. If you are plus size and you think that being skinny will solve all of your problems, I want to tell you right here, it's not going to. Because even if you change your physical appearance, you will still have a unhealthy mental health. When I was really young, about like 7 or 8 years old, Aladdin was one of my favorite movies, and I wished so much, to the point where I would cry, that I could have some magic genie come and grant me the wish of being skinny. And I was so upset because I knew that I was going to be fat for the rest of my life, and that it was never going to happen. I was never going to be skinny. But the thing is that I needed to be happier with who I was. I needed to have more self-worth than my outward appearance. And what I think that question kind of shows is that you might not be in the best mental place right now. You might not have people that are supportive of you, or you might be bullied like I was and told that you aren't beautiful or you're not worthy of love because you are plus size. But that just shows how ignorant those people are. So if you're going through that, I want you to know that you can be bigger than them, and your weight does not define you. So just don't listen. Just don't worry about other people and be happy in who you are. And if you're happy in who you are, you will be able to make those steps to be skinnier if that's what you want. But I think you should focus more on being healthy than being skinny, because there's plenty of people that are skinny and super unhealthy. The only difference is that they might have a faster metabolism than you. This question asks about relationships and whether or not it's hard to be in a relationship when you're plus size. The truth of the matter is I've never had a serious relationship. I've never put myself out there, and I think it was for self-preservation. And also, I am really happy that I didn't ever really have a serious relationship, because I needed to learn how to love myself before I could love somebody else or have somebody else love me back in that way. I needed more of like the support from my family and friends when I was younger compared to somebody who I might be in a relationship with like for a couple of weeks, you know? At this point of my life, I still haven't really found anybody that looks at me and sees me. Disclaimer, I'm not trying to sound cocky, but I have quite a few people that on a regular basis will tell me that I'm beautiful or tell me that I am pretty because I'm plus size. And that shows me that they aren't interested in me for my personality, they're interested in me for my physical attributes. And that is the biggest turnoff to me, and I can't handle it. Of course, they would have to get to know me for it to work out. I think I almost have like a bias towards people now where I don't really trust them if the first thing they have to say to me is, "You're so pretty." Because if I have a genuine conversation with somebody and then all they can talk about is how I look, then obviously you're not the one for me, you know? I think that for me to be with somebody, I would have to have somebody that is more interested in who I am as a person than what I look like. That person just hasn't come around yet. Also, a lot of the time I have to deal with people that actually have a fetish for plus size, and I'm just not about that. You know, I think that's the same as being interested in somebody because they have cute feet and you have a foot fetish. That's just not why you should like somebody. Comparable to me saying I'm only interested in guys with brown eyes. Like, what? No, I can't. You know, what is up with people in this day and age? No one can actually be comfortable and just say like they like the person. They have to have some weird fetish where they're like, ooh, I only like plus size girls. Well, maybe I just don't like you. Yeah, I would say it's pretty hard to be in a relationship with somebody when you are plus size. But at the same time, I kind of can't say that because I've never been in a serious relationship. If I do eventually get in a relationship, I'll let you know. I think I'm gonna try to get through a few more questions kind of quicker because I keep on taking up a bunch of time to answer questions. So the next question asks, how do you be more comfortable in your skin? How to be more confident? Which I have a whole video on, so I will link it down below, all about confidence. So if you're interested in that, go watch it. Question asks, what do you say to yourself when you're not feeling very confident? And how do you get yourself to feel more motivated? One, when I'm not feeling confident, I allow myself to feel that way. Or I think taking my feelings at face value is really important, but I don't let it dwell. I come to terms with it and say this is how it's going to be for today, not this is how it's going to be for a week. Different moods come and go, but your emotions overall should be happy. Next question is asking about my sculptures, and she said that she enjoyed my sculpture video, so if you haven't seen that already, I'll link that down below. I think it was my last video. And I do want to take another class. The only problem is that usually those classes are 3 hours long, which I just don't usually have the time for. But I might try to make the time just because it is something that I really enjoy. That's it for this video. I didn't get very far in all of it, but you know, it's a good start, and this is probably going to be a very lengthy process, so I didn't expect to get a ton done. Hope you guys just enjoyed hanging out with me and chatting. I personally really like painting on camera. I think it's fun. So if you like this style of video, give this video a thumbs up and comment down below any other video ideas that you have for me. Love you guys so much. I hope you have a wonderful week, and until next time, bye!